If you are angry, let it be without sin. The sun must not go down on your wrath. Do not give the devil a chance to work on you.
Right.
Wow.
So, and there's three, I mean, in those three sentences, there's a lot. Be angry, but sin not. So, yeah, okay, there might be an instance where you're supposed to be. Let's not get into the sinful part.
Right.
Then, don't let the sun set on your anger. And specifically for husbands and wives.
Absolutely.
You know what? It's the reality is we're living with this person day in and day out. We're going to cause each other problems. We're going to cause each other grief. There's going to be times where we disagree. There's going to be times where we get angry. That's okay.
Right.
It's not the best. It's not the ideal, but it's okay. What's not okay, though, is to let that anger linger until the next morning.
Fester, just...
And we know when we go to bed angry, we don't ever wake up peaceful.
Right.
We wake up more angry.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't say anything to me yesterday, you know? And that one day turns into 2, into 3, and it turns into a divorce.
My husband is a deacon in the church, and he always advises the couples he prepares for marriage. He said, if we haven't learned anything from these last 6 months, pray together every day.
Right.
Never go to bed angry.
Right.
And never go to bed without saying, I love you. Because he said, even when you're angry and you tell someone, I love you, it kind of gets rid of that anger. You can't really say it and be angry. You kind of laugh about it sometimes. So that's, I think, very good
It's
advice.
true, and it's a great, you know, if they only did those 3 things every day, their marriage would be pretty darn good.
Yes.
A whole lot better than most marriages now.
Right.
And the other part, though, of that scripture, the third part, is to give no place to the devil, which tells us that anger can give place to the devil. And the problem with anger is the very few times it's justified or it's righteous, there's no place for the devil. Almost always, it's never justified, at least not the way we think. And so what happens is that crowbar gets in there. There's now an opening. There's now a divide. There's now a split. And Satan will use that and run with it. He'll take that crowbar and just yank it in there and do whatever he can to open the door wide, whether it's a marriage, whether it's between friends, whether it's between siblings or business partners, whatever it happens to be. He'll take that little bit and run with it. And in that running with it, it's burst wide open.
Our emotions just have everything to do with anger. I mean, it's...
Well, you know, ever since Eden, ever since the fall, our emotions that we know are disordered. Because of concupiscence, no longer is there reason over the emotions. Very often emotions rule. And so what happens is with our emotions, and you know, here's an interesting thing. Most people would point to, again, to the righteous anger, that feeling of, you know, I need to defend or protect. Almost always, anger goes back to, and people don't want to hear this, goes back to pride.
Pride.
How dare you?
The root of all evil.
You cut me off today in traffic. You know, you woke up this morning with the sole intention of cutting me off. Yeah. I mean, how stupid does that sound? But yet that's really what we're saying in a sense, right? I get angry at you because of, you know, this thing that happened. And you know, in some cases, people try to harm us intentionally. But even then, what do the spiritual works of mercy tell us? We're supposed to bear wrongs patiently. It doesn't say get angry. It doesn't say get even. And that's what happens with anger, is we end up trying to get even.